Good morning from Chicago, Illinois. This is Pointless Nostalgia. I'm Guy Hutchinson. We're here in the Windy City. It sure is windy. Literally, the wind is blowing. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe the wind blow through my hair. This city has always appealed to me for a few reasons, but the most important of them all is that Mr. T was born here in Chicago. So now I've spent the night in his home state, in his home city. He was born on the south side of Chicago. We're in an area called Elks Grove. Don't have a huge amount of time. For the flight that they gave me, it leaves here at 9:55. And in order to get to the airport for that, I have two options. One is to take the free shuttle, which is what I'm gonna do, which means I gotta leave here at 6:50 for that. Or I would have been able to leave just a little bit later, maybe a half hour later, if I paid for an Uber, but the Uber is like 50 bucks, so I'm not trying to rack up as many bills as I can while I'm here. So, just a short amount of time, a little bit of time. Sun's almost coming up. Across the street is a kind of interesting company that I want to show you. So we'll get over there. First we'll go in 7-Eleven. Always a good thing to get in the morning, either some coffee, or, and I think this is what we're going with today, Monster energy drink. By the way, I do a video every day at 2 o'clock. Make sure you come back every day, 2 o'clock. All right, let's go there. Oh, thank heaven. So we got almost exactly 1 hour. You get a little bit of everything always at the 7-Eleven, including if you got a diesel car and you need some Blue Death, but what I need, right there. And we've made it across the highway to the headquarters for Stern Pinball. So there's somewhere in this office complex, we'll see what the outside of their door looks like, see if they have some cool pinball in the window or something. Maybe not. Maybe they're as nondescript as the lettering on the sign, but it's kind of neat to think what they're building right inside there, because I love pinball. Well, here you go, in the lobby. They've got a standee of Gary. I don't know who Gary is, must be a pinball designer or an owner, and he's holding a pinball right there inside the building, behind the desk. You can see through the window. Now, they do have these shades now, but you can see there's a Godzilla pinball machine right here. It says on each one of these, attention, install 2 bolts securely. But there's a line of pinball machines right down here. It looks like this shade is up a bit, so we'll be able to see in there. Yeah, there's an Aerosmith machine there. Bunch of cubicles. A bunch of pinball machines along here. Here's a bunch of pinball machines in the box. And there's one with an Egyptian pharaoh over there. Elk Grove Village. This is where we are. It's a suburb of Chicago. It's the business park. The big giant, I think it's a water tank. Pumps, tire service. And it looks like the little guy here is giving the side eye over to Goodyear. Over here at the Marathon, they've got Monsters 2 for $5. Should have waited and came here. Could have saved myself a little bit of money, although I don't need 2. Maybe save myself a caffeine headache by not going there. And I can't take one home, not checking a bag, and they're pretty strict on the liquids. We didn't get pizza last night, but Baki Pizza is here, so we could have walked down here. But as you know, sun's not even all the way up. Not pizza eating hours. I bet this place is pretty good. I like their lights. Baki Pizza, home of the jumbo slice. They got pizza, pasta, and wings. Not bad, but they're not open yet. We're crossing the street. There's another restaurant over here that I wish was open. And then there's one that is open, and that's where we're headed. And here's Portillo's Hot Dogs. This is not open, but I love it. I love all the aluminum banding. Just hit the button for the walk sign. I like their, looks like a modern place that is going for a retro feel, which I think is super cool. I love the aluminum banding, love the window there. Reminds me of the old Golden Corral buffet. Always used to have that cascading skylight type window that you could sit right under. Whoa, the wind is picking up, I gotta tell you. The wind is picking up. I mentioned in the intro that there's two people I think of when I think of Chicago. One of them, Mr. T, I pity the fool. But number two, like most people, Michael Jordan. Now, recently, McDonald's has been doing these collabs with different people, BTS and Travis Scott. But the first time they ever did one was the Michael Jordan meal here at McDonald's, which I bet he didn't eat because he was a professional athlete. Now, it's early in the morning, so I cannot recreate the Michael Jordan meal. It was just a burger and fries. I don't remember what the difference was between any other. I think it was just a better price. I'm gonna get some breakfasty stuff. I can't get out of this wind. I can't. It's very windy. Look at the tree. Unimpressive, but I'm telling you, if you were here, by the way, before we go into McDonald's, there's an old school Taco Bell here, a couple doors down. It doesn't look open, which is odd. They usually are open for breakfast, otherwise I would go here. I want to take a look at it. This is the style of building. If you watch my video where I showed the Taco Bell that David Letterman worked the drive-thru at, this was the style of building, but it had been demolished, replaced with a new one. I love seeing these old buildings, old architecture from the 90s, probably 80s. It's not that old, but as time goes by, goes away. It does say breakfast, but it doesn't look all lit up. So we're gonna check this out, see if I can go in there. If so, here's my hack. You go in there, you order the breakfast quesadilla with steak, and then you say, hold the egg, and you just get a regular quesadilla with steak, which costs a lot more in the afternoon, and I don't like fast food egg very much. The sign says they're serving breakfast. I think somebody slept in today. Live Mas. So they're not open till 9. So I'll be at the airport. Inside looks relatively modern. Doesn't have those wacky purple tables. Grabbed a seat, got a tent card. Yesterday, we went to a restaurant called Royal Maine in Des Moines. Didn't take any video, but the bartender, John, was a fan of Drunk on Disney, fan of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Our second bartender we met, so we're big in the bartender community. Second one that had listened to the show. I'll tell you about the other one, but let me put up a picture first of him right here. That was from Royal Maine. We had a great brunch there. Tried about everything on the menu. And at our hotel, there was a guy named Kevin. And Kevin came over to us and went like this, and he was like, guys, I went to your Drunk on Disney show in 2015 at the Mac Center in Miami. And the next day he brought the poster that we had signed back in 2015. He got to re-sign it, which was great. So Kevin said he's gonna be watching. So if you're watching, Kevin, big shout out for you. So I went with the sausage McMuffin without the fast food egg. Hash brown. Got 2 of these because I figure you never know. Yesterday we ate well, but then hours went by before I got to the airport. And then as you know, I did not get anything else to eat, so I went to bed a little hungry. Not hungry enough to go out though, I was too tired. I did book, so on my flight, I paid extra to get the first seat up in the front, because otherwise I was in a middle seat. I used my miles actually, so I got that. I'm having trouble checking in though, which it's saying because it's too close to the flight. It's been saying that since last night, so I guess that's the deal. So do this for me. Do this for me, because we've had some issues. I don't want to. Fourth, this would be my, I don't know. The Austin flights, I had some delays. Didn't have any major ones though, like I did on my way to Des Moines and now my way back, this is quite a delay. Sun is up now, 25 minutes until I gotta get on the shuttle. And I don't have far to walk. The Illinois state flag is here, the American flag, and then the third pole is empty. I wonder if that would have been the Chicago flag, the one that CM Punk always wore on his wrestling trunks. The elevator is everywhere. So I'm in the airport shuttle, in the front seat, which is good. We might get to see some sights on the way to the airport. Carey's restaurant over there. That's pretty cool. I always like that guy on TV on all the Cubs games. Shoeless Joe's. Here we are, Chicago O'Hare. This is where they filmed Home Alone 2, running right through the airport here. See this globe in the movie, and Kevin stopped here, put batteries in his Talk Boy. We're heading over to gate H12 today. Finally back. Got my car from the parking spot. I actually highly recommend them. You get free water with them, and they're one of the few places I've ever found that has an app that actually is good. It actually is useful. We've got one more location. We're going to go there now. We're going over to where Sesame Place is. They're building a new store, and I want to see how construction's going. So we're going to go there right now. So here's Lincoln Financial Field where the Eagles play, and then next to it, I think it's called the Wells Fargo Center now. Before that, they had the Philadelphia Spectrum there. Some great wrestling matches happened there. Also, Rocky fought Mr. T at the Philadelphia Spectrum, but they've torn that down. The Eagles have played at this one for a while. Before this, they and the Phillies played at the Veterans Stadium. You can see the Phillies there to the left as well. I think we'll be able to see them when we get up past this. But they used to play at the same stadium for a while. And before that, you had JFK Stadium here, which I know a lot of concerts were at. I think the Eagles may have played there. I know they played at Franklin Field, which still exists, which is not in this area. But there you go. All right, we're driving up. Now we're going to see what we can see from here. All right, so now it says the Sesame Street entrance. All right, Sesame Place has a different sign here. This was never here before, pointing the entrance to around here. And then, yeah, we can see a little bit of construction. I'm going to see where we can park to get a good look at it. We're going to go to each side of the park, too, because you can go all the way around to the other side. There's Chick-fil-A, and behind that, you can see the back of the park. So we'll see. This thing looks like it's pretty big. It's going to be taking up a lot of the room in what used to be this, like, esplanade that took you into the park. The count is still on the front here because, oh wow, this is very different. Okay, I can't wait to show you guys this. This is great. The count's on the front because the Sesame Street Halloween event is coming up, if not already taking place. This is the back of their parking lot, and you can see the count around is still here, which usually it should be set up by now for the Halloween event. So it may mean that they're not using this year for some reason, or that they're just starting with it. It's kind of neat. From here, you can also see they've got some of the Christmas decorations just sitting back over there. So this is where they store a lot of stuff, which is kind of neat. It's right back there's like dentist offices and other stuff around here. And that's their main parking lot right there. Here's a look from across the street. And yeah, you can see the count around is here, and you can see back here the Christmas decorations, because they go right from the Halloween event into the Christmas event, like every other theme park nowadays. Look at all the construction. I will tell you this, when this opens, and it is very soon, I will be here to show it to you. I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be the biggest Sesame Street store ever built. The rubber ducky used to be there where it now says Sesame Place. And this, they don't have the construction fences like Disney where you can see right through them, but there's a little gap there. But yeah, they're building everything right in there. Well, it's interesting. Here's the Count Splash Castle, by the way. This has a giant bucket that spills water all summer on people. They've closed off the whole VIP parking lot, so it looks like that's gone. The VIP parking lot was very small, it was very expensive, and it was always full. People like VIP parking, but I guess that new store looks like it's going to be humongous, so I'm excited to see it. Tomorrow, I'll be back in the basement. I'm going to show you some of the things I brought back from my 2 trips and tell you some behind-the-scenes stories and some things that happened that maybe I didn't get on video or I need to explain better to you. But right now, box is going to pop up right here and one over here. You can choose either one because I'm in both of them. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. A brand new video from the basement, hunkered down. I got some cool stuff to show you. Tune back in tomorrow. See you at 2 o'clock.